Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and I have this super cute project today that is inspired by Sharon over at Mad Paper Crush. I just recently subscribed to her channel and have started watching some of her videos, and I really enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun to put together. She did a great job with the tutorial. And I'm really looking forward to doing this one with you guys. So it is a super cute kind of hidden flip pocket tuck spot. It's made to be glued in to a junk journal. So the back has your brad legs and is blank, can just be glued right into your journal. It has this wonderful little closure that keeps it flat, which I just absolutely love. So when you pull that off and flip that open, you've got this little pocket set up here. And this is a tag that houses that closure that goes right into a pocket right here. You've got a tuck spot or a pocket over here. And then you've got a pocket here, which I did a little piece with a belly band and a card with its own tuck spot. I just had so much fun with this one. And I actually used the window. I used a junk mail envelope, but I used the window. Let me tell you, that gave me a lot of trouble. I'm not gonna do it again. It was a pain. And I messed it up a lot, but it's fun. And then there's a pocket back here as well for another journaling card. So I am going to do my best to recreate this guy. You're going to want this kind of standard size junk mail envelope, or I think it's a number 10 business envelope in the US. And then you're gonna want a bunch of paper to cover it, basically, and to use for your this flap here, right? So the envelope is the base. And the first thing that we're gonna do with that is actually glue the flap down. And this, I've started saving my junk mail envelopes, but I'm finding that a lot of times they're so flimsy, like I can't even get them open and preserve the flap. It's terrible. They're just really pieces of junk. I can't even reuse them for junk journals. But this one kind of made it. It's a little bit rippy. So I'm just gonna glue all of that down. So once you've got that guy glued, you're gonna wanna cut open both ends of the envelope. So we're just gonna slice a little bit off of each end with the trimmer to open that up, because that is what will make our pockets. So you'll see, so that is gonna make our pocket up top and our pocket right here, because the next thing we're gonna do is, and I'm actually just gonna leave the window up there so that it doesn't interfere with this stuff down here. We're just gonna cover that up. So we're gonna fold it up to make it about 6 inches. She kind of did this based on her journal size that she does. I like it. It's kind of a nice size. It looks nice. That's funny. This is actually a longer envelope. All right. But it'll go well in I actually think I want that pocket a little shorter. It'll go well in a 8-inch or so tall journal. It's about the neighborhood of what I usually do. And actually, I'm planning to do this in a goth theme to go with my goth journal with the doors. Making lots of stuff for that so that I can get that done. And I think I am going to cut this down because it's a little bit awkwardly big. So I'm going to just cut this down to this size because I do like this size. So you can gauge this based on your envelope and what you're making it for and all of that. So that gives us our basic structure of our base, right? You're going to have your pocket here and you're going to have your pocket up here. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distress my envelope, and somehow in between filming I moved my ink. Sorry about that, I'm impossible. Okay, so, oh, actually, I didn't even need to do that, you guys. It's a goth project, so it gets black soot. Anyway, which was here all along. You're probably looking at me going, Rachel. I do that a lot, where I do it a lot when I travel, right? Because I'm like super ultra prepared and plan everything. I pack all the things for all the possibilities. And then I go and I travel and then I'm looking for something and I'm like, I swear I had this thing, but I can't find it. Well, this happens a lot. So I'm just gonna distress this outside of this guy, just so my edges are covered and not white as I'm covering it with my paper. Okay, you're not gonna see the back, so we're not gonna worry about the back. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we wanna cover up this envelope. So I've got a bunch of gothy papers, and this is gonna be a total experiment. These are papers that I designed that I don't have in my shop yet, and in fact, I noticed when I printed them out, all sorts of mistakes and things. I don't know how well they're gonna work for this, but we're gonna experiment. This is the difficulty with doing a goth journal, is there like really like finding backgrounds that I like. See, these are journal pages and they don't work as well for something like this. But I'm gonna try like cutting out middles and things, right? Like maybe some of these roses in here in the middle for this. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create the papers, all the papers to cover this, right? So we're gonna need one for this guy back here, and we're gonna need one for here, and then we're gonna need one for our flap over the top, and then if we want a pocket on top here. So I'm just working with I've got this girl. The only place she could really go is maybe on the flap. I could do her for the flap. That might be cool, actually. And then maybe we'll put the castle, try to put the castle back here. And I'm thinking some of these roses for this little piece in here. So I'm gonna cut out, I just wanna get it to about where I want my top to be probably, so that I can see. And then let's measure. I'm gonna give it just a teeny tiny bit of an outside. It's blue over here. I'm not really gonna be able to cover that up with ink, so I think I'm gonna go all the way to the edge on this. So we'll try this, but I actually don't want this funny journal page edge on here, so I'm gonna cut it off right there. right there. And then I think this can work as a top probably. So let's see about cutting it here. And we'll see what that looks like. Trying more and more to make my own designs and to use my own designs and to experiment and learn. Encourage myself to learn. I lost my my mark. Oh, right, because it's, I'm gonna cut this too. It's really camouflaged itself, as is the way of the marks, right? I make it and I think I made it big. Surely I'll be able to see it. I'm gonna put it on here and it disappears. All right, I like that. I'm liking that. It's always funny how projects like this, you know, I always think they're ugly in the middle of making them. Like with this one even, as I was working on it, I was like, I don't know about this. It's gonna come out ugly. And I feel that way much of the way through the project. And then when it's done, it's stunningly gorgeous and I'm so in love with it. So this one, we're gonna come in here. I'm gonna cut this down just to make it easier to use. Try to put this castle in there. And I'm gonna make it all the way down here. This castle is gonna fit really nicely, except for, yeah, but she'll get covered up. So I am gonna put it all the way down here though. Castle, castle, castle. Let's cut this. I'm gonna cut it along here so that I have my straight edge. And I can see. So we're gonna go like this. Cut that off too. And then we're gonna cut it down to just in front of the fold, and you'll see why. We're gonna cover that up anyway, even though the pocket will cover it. And I'll show you why in a second. I didn't do it all the way on the other one, but it's just easier. So those are our sides. Now this one too. That'll do it. I wonder if that girl is gonna end up poking out from my... This will be interesting. That got me that funny edge there. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, I kind of like it actually. Woo-hoo. I think it's cool. All right. So I'm gonna ink. And so what Sharon did was she actually made a pocket to go on top. You'll see in my sample, I just did a tuck because I didn't want to cover up the paper that I had. So this here, I liked this little charty thing, and she did a side pocket over here, and I just didn't really want to cover that up, so I just did this cute little tuck with the number, and I liked how that turned out. What I should also say is that I think this may, I was planning to try to do this in one video, but I think it may end up being two because it's just a lot. So looking like this. So now the question is whether we want to do a side pocket or not, and if so, with what? I printed out a bunch of ephemera and stuff, so maybe I have something that would make a natural pocket at this size. I don't know, I have a lot of, they're like this, but I don't think it really goes, and I'd like it to be lighter so that I can put something on it. This guy could work like that. Even just, well, I don't know. I don't know. I've got a moon. Ooh, I like the moon. I like the moon better. I think we'll do that. I'm gonna cut this end off and make that my tiny pocket on that side. So what we're gonna do with that, so here you'll see in my sample, and I'm trying to keep, it was a little confusing as I was watching the video, so I keep trying to refer to the sample so that you can see exactly how it matches up, right? So here we've got this little notch in here that shows us that there's a pocket there. And I'm gonna make that notch now. Oh, my paper is just mildly short, but that's okay because we're gonna cover it up on that side anyway. So I'm gonna make it here, and I'm gonna put my little pocket in with it too, so that they all match, which was a clever idea of Sharon's. Let's get my finger out of the way. If I can actually punch through this much paper at the same time, I don't know. Whee! Oh yeah. I'm gonna just ink those bits up again. All right, so we are ready with all of those. And then we've just got to make our flap, right? This is going to go over the top of this. Ooh, this is beginning to look very cool. Okay, and so we were going to try to do that with the girl. It'll be a little interesting because I don't know about the size of this. So the top goes, need a little room for a, cut this off here. For the flap. So we want the flap, we want her face. Let's cut it. I want to cut it to the proper width first. Then we'll figure out so that she's right kind of in here. Cut those sides off. Oh, I hope this turns out, you guys. This is such a fun project. I could see myself doing quite a few more of these. A lot of these I do once and I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's enough. Okay, so we want about 2 inches, 1.5 inches or so for a flap to fold over because we're gonna slide that in there. Somehow I got a little bit short, you guys. What is wrong with me? How did I do that? All right, that's okay. We'll live with it. So I think that's about right. And then we're gonna go cut her off about here. Ooh, that's my girl. All right, so I'm gonna ink her on the parts you're gonna see, which is bottom and sides. And then she's gonna go to here and we're gonna fold this flap so that it'll go down on the inside. So I'm just folding that over the top like that. And then I'm gonna ink that top too. And I'm going to angle my flap as well to make getting that in a little easier. So I'm just starting from the crease where the fold is and giving it a little angle. So that's gonna slide in just like this to your top and be your flap. Isn't that lovely? All right, so next we're gonna glue all these pieces. So let's grab our glue and start with this guy, which is, so this is one of the things that I got confused about. Actually, we're gonna glue our envelope first. This pocket is back here. It's not inside of here, so you don't need to cut. I got confused about that, so I'll show you. So we're gonna glue just this side and this side here to give us this pocket. And then, so your pocket is here in the back, right? It's not, I was thinking it needed to go into the envelope and you were gonna need to cut something, whatever, and you don't. So hopefully that's clear. And then I'm just gonna glue on my first background paper. I'm running low on glue. It's funny, my bottle gets to halfway and I'm like, oh no, not enough glue. I want to cover up that Disney blue. Don't want any blue in my goth journal. I'm going to glue on my pocket, just on the top and the one side and the bottom. That's going to be a teeny cute pocket. And that can go cover up the rest of that edge like that. Guys, I messed it up. I glued my pocket before I put this down, which was dumb, but that's okay. Don't do that. Glue this piece first. Saved with enough time. Good thing I'm not using tape. Get this guy in there and then re-glue that. And I'm gonna put that right up to the top. God, this is cool, I like it. And I'm gonna give that a little bit more glue again, since I messed with it. It's amazing how a junk envelope can turn into such beautiful things, isn't it? Okay. So that's all of that. We can put our flap in here too. So all we're gonna do with this is glue our flap. Yeah, the back side of our flap here. And that's gonna slide right in and glue to the top part of this guy. It's gonna come down like that. It really did make it too skinny. But I'm really pleased with how that turned out. With that girl on front like that. Isn't that great? All right, so now what we need is a tag for this pocket, which is going to fuss with me. Oh God, did I do that wrong? I still did it wrong, you guys. God darn it. Gosh darn it. Okay, so actually with this, you want to glue down this top too. I'm sorry, I'm messing this up. You don't want to glue the side. You don't want to glue here because that's your pocket. You want to glue this down, and your pocket on top comes from the envelope, right? So that's why you want to glue that top line there. I messed that up. All right. But that's okay. It really is okay, because so this pocket, this is our pocket for the tag. So I have, these cards are from, I have a Wolf Girls journal card kit, and I have a Gothic ephemera kit. Lots of these pretty cards with the girls and the wolves. And I'm gonna use one of these. I am gonna back it with some cardstock here because, what do we think? The wolf? I think the wolf. I like the wolf. Because it's a little flimsy. I printed it on my like medium weight paper. And we want this piece in particular to be kind of sturdy because it's going to have the closure piece on it. So I'm going to just glue it to some cardstock to give it that extra heft. And then I'm going to look at how it fits. So we want it to slide into that pocket easily, and this might be a little too wide, which is okay. We'll just cut it down a little if it is. I think it is already, so I'm just gonna zippy give it a little trim like that, and a little trim like this. So my wolfie is still kind of in the middle. And actually this is, I think, gonna work out very well. I've still got a little bit of trouble here because I got glue on that pocket. So I just wanna make I forgot one other piece too that we need to do here, but that's okay. Can do it in a second. That is gonna work fine. And it's gonna stick out. It needs to stick out a little bit because it's gonna form that, it's gonna form your closure once we put the circle on it. So that's fine. I'm happy with that. Wolfie. Let's give him some black soot again. So the other thing that Sharon did that I liked, I wish I had some black brads, but she actually made this pocket a little more sturdy by putting brads. I'll open this up too. So my pocket's here, this pocket is here. This pocket is here. Just these corners need a little bit of reinforcement. So we're gonna put some brads into the corners, which is also really nice addition. Like, I just think it looks super nice to do that. So I'm just gonna make little holes in my corners, taking care to stay far enough away from the edge. And I'm gonna stick some brads in there, and those will be hidden because this back part will be glued in to the journal. And I like how that looks a lot. This is one of, a lot of times I have struggles with some of these projects, but this one was just fun. Even though I'm messing up, you see me messing up, this was just fun all the way. I do want to put something on the back of this. I should have double-sided it, but I didn't think about it. So I'm gonna cut a piece. I think I'm actually gonna use this one to match my bottom pocket, and I'm gonna cut a piece to the right size for that, to cover that white back up too. Okay, so this guy is gonna need that little closure on it too. So we are gonna take our 1-inch circle punch, trusty circle punch, and we're going to cut some circles. You want it to be sturdy, so I'm gonna do 2. And then what's gonna look good on Mr. Wolfie here? Something a little different color, not quite so dark. I really liked how the eye turned out. I got this eye right on the edge like that. Maybe we should try that with the wolf. I've got a repeat eye of the wolf. I think that could be fun, actually. Let's do it. Maybe both eyes. I'm gonna cut it a little closer. All right, that's fun. Okay, so I'm gonna glue these guys together. And some wolf eyes on the top. Let that dry for a minute before we're punching in it. All right, we're at 34 minutes here, guys, which is super long. I don't know how well my computer is gonna do with that. But we're so close to done. I hate to break it off now. So like really, the rest of it is just, we're gonna punch this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna do a second video. I'll go through, I'll do all the rest. I'll do all the decorating and everything on screen as well too, because I'm gonna think about what I wanna do with her. If anything, really, maybe just put some lace. But so I'll do this as a second video as well, because this is just gonna get too long. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will link you up to part 2 as well.